Now, so now we are going to start with statement of affairs method, right? We have done around about 9 problems of conversion method, right? The very last problem was cash defalcation, right? At the end of the year, the cashier absconded with the available cash. So first of all, we had to prepare cash account to get that cash defalcation figure, and then we prepared the trading PL and balance sheet. And like other problems, if sales, purchase, all these things are missing, then debtors, creditors has to be prepared, right? So what about in statement of affairs method? Now, conversion method was, if I talk about conversion method, so in conversion method, what used to happen? In conversion method, we used to prepare various accounts to find out missing figures which are required to complete final accounts, such as we used to prepare debtors account, and along with debtors sometimes we prepare bills receivable as well, right? Sometimes we used to prepare creditors account. Along with that, we might have been asked to prepare bills payable. Then we used to prepare fixed assets account to find out the depreciation and all. Sometimes we were asked to prepare cash and bank, either separately or combined. Is that fine? So these were the accounts which we had to prepare, and then we used to complete trading PL and balance sheet. And at times we had to prepare the opening balance sheet as well to find out the opening capital. Is that fine? So this was the process for conversion method. Now in many problems we have seen that in one problem we are preparing debtors to find out credit sales. In some other problem we are preparing debtors to find out the balance, closing balance of debtor, right? So what type of incomplete information is given, that will be provided to you in the problem, and accordingly we will draft. So this type of problem needs rigorous practice, right? So that you are able to find out you are able to create some link, right? Okay, after this I find out this, then I prepare another to get another missing figure, like that. Now we will be talking about statement of affairs method, right? We will be talking about statement of affairs method. Is that fine? Now I'll give you the steps later on, but let me just give you an insight. Say for example, my opening capital in the business is 50,000 and my closing capital is 90,000. So it clearly indicates that capital has increased by rupees 40,000. Now if I go by dual aspect concept, then what is this capital means? Asset minus liability. So in short I can say that my net assets has increased by rupees 40,000, If capital has increased, I can easily say that my net asset has increased by 40,000. Is that fine? My net asset has increased by 40,000. Now what can be the reason of this net asset increase? Either it can be further capital introduction. It cannot be that asset has been increased due to creation of a liability, because I am talking about net assets. Already liability has been subtracted, then also there is a residuary figure of asset. So either it has to be capital contribution by the owner, or it has to be net profit. So in the given case, if nothing is mentioned, we are going to take that the 40,000 is net profit. So as we can see here, that simply by comparing capital accounts, I am getting my net profit. There is no need to prepare debtors, creditor, find out credit sale, credit purchase, or whatever is a missing figure. We don't have to calculate that. Simply we need the opening capital and the closing capital. And this I can easily do it by following dual aspect concept. Right? I can easily do it by following dual aspect concept, and I can get my net assets. Is that fine? So step 1, prepare opening statement of affairs to get opening capital, prepare closing statement of affairs to get closing capital, and then we prepare statement of profit oblique loss. Right? So how to do it? Very simple. First of all, we will be having the closing capital minus the opening capital. So I get the net increase in capital. This can be either due to further capital. So if something is due to further capital, subtract that. Right? If something is due to further capital, subtract that. Then the remaining figure will be due to net profit. But if there is a drawings during the year, it means if that drawings would not have taken place, in that case my net increase would have been more. So I'll add back drawings. So this is my net profit oblique loss for the year. So this is how we have to find out the profit and loss of a small business houses by statement of affairs method without converting incomplete set of recordings into double entry system. Right? So when we do some problems, then automatically we will get the grip of it. So kindly read problem number 10. So this was the net increase in capital. If something is due to further capital, subtract that, then the rest will be due to net profit. And this net profit will be more, right? If we assume that there would not be any drawings, so drawings will be added back. Simply back calculation. Usually when you prepare balance sheet, you do front calculation, and we are doing back calculation when getting this figure. Right? You might have done it in your +2 level. Anyway. So let us start with problem number 10. It's a very easy problem. Okay. The asset and liability of Lakshman as on 31st December year 1 and year 2 are as follows. Year 1 they have given building, furniture, stock, debtor, cash at bank, cash in hand, loans, creditors. So simply all assets and liabilities is given. If you prepare opening statement of affairs just like balance sheet, you are going to get the capital as balancing figure. Year 2, at the end of the year, they have not given building and furniture balance. So that will be just the opening after depreciation. Then stock, debtor, bank, cash, loan, creditor. So automatically you are going to the closing capital. Building depreciation and furniture depreciation rate is provided to us. One life insurance policy of the proprietor was matured during the period and the amount of 40,000. So was retained in the business. So this is further capital introduction because personal asset has matured and that money is put in the business. The proprietor took at 2,000 per month for meeting family expenses. So this will be regarded as drawings. So find out the profit of Mr. Lakshman. So it's very simple. So first of all, we have to prepare step 1 and 2 together. That is statement of affairs as on end of year 1 and end of year 2. Right. So first let us do for year 1. You have building, furniture, stock, debtors, bank, cash. Here we have loans and then we have sundry creditors. Right. So it is 1 lakh plus 50,000 plus 1 lakh 20 plus 40 plus 70 plus 1200 minus 1 lakh minus 80,000. So I'm going to get capital as balancing figure. Oh, sorry. Uh, Creditors, it will be 40. So it is 241 200. Is that fine? So I have got the opening capital. Now my next step will be to calculate closing capital. So remember, when you take closing as fixed assets and figure, so you have to subtract depreciation. So 1 lakh is the value of building. Depreciation is 2.5%. So minus 2.5%. So the value of building, it comes to 97,500. And when I take furniture, it's 50,000. So minus 10%. That gives me 45. Right? Stock balance is given. Debtors, it is 90,000. Bank, it is 85. Cash it is 3,200. Loan it is 80,000. And creditor it is 70,000. So 97,500 plus 45,000 plus 2,70,000 plus 90 plus 85 plus 3,200. So that comes to 590,700 minus 80 minus 70. 440,700 is the capital balancing figure. The closing one. I guess this is absolutely fine with all of you. This is a very simple. So I have calculated net assets at the beginning of the year and net asset at the end of the year. So now I can compare these two and find out what is the net profit during the year. Is that fine, everyone? Right. So now we are going to show statement of profit oblique loss so 440,700 minus 241,200. So it is 199,500. Now this is the net increase in capital. It can be due to further capital and net profit. So subtract further capital, that is 40,000. And this increase could have been more if there is no drawings. So add back drawings, 2,000 per month into 12. Is that fine? So simply they will give us the asset and liability position. I have to find out net assets, that is capital, and simply comparing capital account will give me net profit or loss for the year. right? So now we'll do question number 11. Right, all these problems have come in your past examination. Now sometimes what happens, these small business houses, they calculate their net profit and they compute net profit like statement of affairs method by following statement of affairs method, and they accordingly file their return of income. Now later on income tax department finds something, as in they might feel that some assets might have been concealed, some income might have been concealed, or some assets might have been undervalued. So they might tell you to resubmit or re-prepare, or they might tell you to show the calculations that how you arrived at your net profit. So accordingly you have to see that whether you have concealed or whether you have overstated, understated or overstated your income, right? So this problem is like that only. Income tax officer and assessing the income of Sri Lakshman feels that he has not disclosed full income. So the income tax officer is of the belief that some income has been concealed or suppressed, right? So he gives you the following particulars of assets and liabilities of Sri Lakshman as on year 1 beginning and year 2 end. Year 1 beginning, and year 2 end. So the time gap is between these two dates is 2 years. Last problem which we did, that was at the end of year 1. This was end of year 1 and end of year 2. So time gap was 1 year. But here the time gap is 2 years. Anyway, so beginning of year 1 they gave cash, stock, debtor, building, motor car is not there, fine, jewelry, loan to brother, usually it's an asset, owing to brother, right, it's a liability, creditors. So at the beginning it was owing to brother, and at the end of year 2 it's, see, in family accounts what we do, there is a lot of transaction which is taking place. My uncle requires money, so I gave him. Sometimes I might require it, so I collect it from him, right? So there are a lot of transaction which takes place between the family persons, so that you have to show as a loan to or from, right? So anyway, during the 2 years the domestic expenditure means the drawings was 404,000 per month. The declared income for the financial year were 1,05,000 and 1,23,000. So what are we going to do? First of all, we are going to find out the capital as on this date, and we are going to find out the capital as on this date. And by comparing these two, I will get to know the net profit for 2 years, right? And I will subtract declared income for 2 year. So automatically I'll come to know whether income is understated oblique overstated. Is that fine? Right? So they will give us 2 dates asset liability position. So I'll calculate capital, compare it, so I'll get net profit for 2 years minus declared income for 2 years will give me the understated or overstated figure. So let us start. statement of affairs as on beginning of y1 and end of right. So now we have to follow marshalling. You may not follow because this is prepared in working note, right? So anyway, let us follow. We have building, then motor car we don't have in year 1, but still we have to show. Then jewelry, stock, debtors, loan to brother, and cash. So building, motor car, jewelry, stock, debtor, loan to brother, cash. Done. We have owing to brother, and we have creditors, and then this capital will be the balancing figure. Right. So building we have 190, motor car we don't have, jewelry 75, stock 56, debtor 41,500, loan to brother, cash 25,500. Right. And then opening date we had owing to brother, because loan to brother was nil, and creditors will be 35. Right. So the total is 3,88,000. Here also it will be 3,88,000 minus 40,000 minus 35,000. So this is 313,000. 3,13,000, right? Then here there is no depreciation, so that is why the building value is same. Motor car has been purchased during these 2 years, so that is why it will come end of year 2. The value of jewelry, it is increasing, 125. Then we have stock, 91,500. Debtors we have 52,500. Loan to brother 20,000, and then cash is 16,000. Owing to brother is not there. Creditor it is 55. Is that fine? So it is 190 plus 125 plus 125 plus 91,500 plus 52,500 plus 20,000 plus 16,000. So 6,20,000 is the total, minus 55,000. So that comes to 5,65,000. So this is what we have got as capital of at the beginning of year 1 and end of year 2. Is that fine? So you have to be very careful when you take these assets and liabilities figure. Be specific. Kindly follow the dates. So now we will prepare statement of net profit oblique loss for the above period, that is between 2 years. So the increase is 2,52,000. Further capital we don't have. Now when you add drawing, so you have to be very careful. It is 4,000 per month and for 24 months because the gap is 2 years. So I'm going to get net profit for 2 years. Right. So year 1 declared is 1,05,000. Year 2 it is 1,23,000. So that is coming to 2,28,000. So your net profit as per income tax officer for 2 years is 3,48,000. Your assessment has been finalized at 3,48,000. However, you have declared 2,28,000. So 1,20,000. It is either concealed income, suppressed, or understated. Whatever you feel like you can say. Is that fine? I guess this is absolutely fine. Right? So this was your net profit for 2 year, and this is your declared. So automatically you get understated. Right? Now, question number 12 is very important for a curriculum. Again, a type of income tax department has done the assessment, right? So what income tax department has to say about your financials, just kindly see. Raju does not maintain his books of accounts under double entry system, but keeps slips of papers from which he makes up his annual account. He has borrowed money from a bank to whom he has to render figures for. So whenever you take money, so the lending institution is worried about its interest repayment and installment repayment. So for that they might ask you your financials. So Raju has to prepare that and submit. So anyway, he has disclosed the following figures for 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18. So that comes to 20,000 plus 32 plus 35 plus 48 plus 55. So he has disclosed 1,90,000 over 5 years. The bank appoints you, the bank has appointed me as an auditor and asked me to calculate the profits and comment whether the profit is reported is correct or not. Now, they have given us the figure of 31st December 2013, means at the beginning of these 5 periods. Yes or no? So they have given us the figure of 31st. It means I have assets and liabilities position of 1/1/2014. So they gave us debtor 20 stock, though it is valued at 95% of cost, but we will take it at 100% of cost. Cash in hand and bank, trade creditors, expenses due. Fine. He had borrowed a 5,000 from his wife on 30th September 2013. Right? So this has to be reported as a loan on this date because the borrowing was done on 30th September 13. So it has to be shown as a loan from Mrs. Raju. Loan from Mrs. Raju, on which he had agreed to pay interest at the rate 12%. The loan was repaid along with interest on 31st March 15. It means when you show loan on 1/1/14, you have to show principal plus outstanding interest for 3 months, that is October, November, December, because entire interest and principal is being paid on 31st March 15. Anyway, so this gives me a loan was taken on 30th September 13. So it gives me an indication that on 1/1/14 when you prepare the balance sheet, so they will you have to show this loan. Further, they have said that interest is not being paid every month, so 3 months outstanding on 1/1/14. If I would have been asked to prepare the balance sheet on 1/1/15, so in that case I would have shown this loan plus interest for 15 months outstanding interest, because 3 months was of 2013 12 months is of 2014, right? But they have not asked us to prepare on 1/1/15, right? Okay. On December 14, he advanced 8,000 to Raghav for purchase of a vacant land. Okay, the property was registered in March 16. During this 5 period, after paying balance consideration of 32, so 8 was advance, 32 was balance consideration, and cost of registration was 7,500. Right? So 8,000 has been advanced to. So what was the value of land? Now you have to consider that this land has been treated for business purpose. So when you prepare 31st December 18 balance sheet, statement of affair, right? So you have to show this land as an asset at 47,500. 8,000 was advanced during these 5 years, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 32 was balance consideration and 7,500 was registration. Okay. Raju purchased jewelry for 15,000 for his daughter October 16 and marriage expenses incurred in January. So this will be treated as drawings during this 5 period. A new DVD player was purchased by him and presented. Again, it's a personal expense. The annual household expense, again, it's a personal expense. Annual, it's 24,000. The position on 31st December 18, overdraft with bank, secured against a property, 12,000. Trade creditors, expenses, debtors, including 600 as bad debt, so that will be subtracted. Stock in trade, it is valued at 125% of cost, but you show it at 100% of cost. And then cash in hand. So they have given us, so remember that they have given us the opening of 5-year asset liability position. They have given closing of 5-year asset liability position. Remember, when you draft this opening, take this, and when you draft this closing, take this. Loan will not come in closing because it has been repaid during these 5 periods. It was found that the rate of profit has been uniform throughout the period and the proportion of sales during these years to total sales. So in the ratio of sales, we are going to divide the net profit of 5 years, and each year we are going to say whether it's under-reported or over-reported. Right? So this is very simple, but that daughter expenses, jewelry, marriage expenses, DVD player and annual, these 4 are treated as drawings. Anyway, let us start. So we have to prepare statement of affairs as on 1/1/14 and 31st December 18. One 1/14, 31st December 18. So we have debtors. 20,000. Then we have stock. 47,500 divided by 95%. 47,500 divided by 95%. So 50,000 is the cost. Very important treatment. Right. Then we have cash in hand and bank. 12,600. Creditors. We have 6,000. Outstanding expenses. We have 1,600. Loan from Mrs. Raju. 5,000. And I have to show 3 months outstanding. It was taken 2013 September, so October, November, December. So 5,000 into 12% divided by 12 into 3. Is that fine? Land will be shown at the end because it is purchased during this 5 year. Jewelry 15,000 and marriage expenses 24, so 39 drawings. DVD player 18,000 drawings during this 5 period, and annual is 24, so for 5 year it is 1,20,000. This is also drawings. So they have given us Banco D. 12,000. Creditors 10,000. Expense payable 600. Debtors is 28,800, but 600 is bad debt, so I'll take only 28,200. 28,800 minus 600 bad. Stock it is 60 divided by 125%. So that comes to 48. So below balance sheet I can show this. 60,000 divided by 125%. So I'll take only 48,000 stock. Is that fine? Right? Cash in hand 250. Loan, and this is not there because it has been paid by the end of 2018. That's it. So quickly, we will get capital as balancing figure. So 50 plus 20 plus 12, 600, 5150. That is 82,600. 82,600 minus 1,600 minus 6,000. 69 850. One two three 950. That is 101350. Kindly have a look. Is that fine? Now, we'll prepare statement of profit and loss. For 5 years. So the closing capital is 101350 minus the opening capital 69850 further capital is not there, plus drawings, jewelry, marriage expenses, DVD player, and annual household expenses. So 15 plus 24 plus 18 plus 1,20,000. Right. So this will be our net profit. Now overall, if you see that 2,08,500 is profit as per income tax department or the reported profit, but I have disclosed to be reported profit, and I have disclosed total is 190. So there is an understatement overall, but I have to see year wise. I have to show them year wise understatement. Is that fine? So statement showing under oblique year ratio profit to be disclosed and then reported under oblique over 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So the profit should be in 3, 4, 4, 6, 8. Three plus 4 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8, that comes to 25. So divide 2,08,500 in this ratio. 2,08,500 divided by 25 into 3, 25,020 divided by 3 divided by 25 into 4, divide by 25 into 6, is that fine? So these are the profit to be reported, to be disclosed. And what's my reported one? 20, 32, 35, 48 and 55. Totals up to 1,90,000. So overall we have 18,500 under statement. Here we have 5020. Here we have 1360. Here we have 2040. Here we have 11720. And this one we have 1640 negative. Just see, 5020 plus 1360 minus 1640 plus 2040 plus 11720. So that comes to 18500, right? So like this we have to do this problem, right? So more or less we have covered all types of problem which they ask in this particular chapter, that is accounting from incomplete records. Now what you will be doing, you will be practicing sums from your book, right? And daily one sum is enough, right? So more or less I have told you how to do, right? And they'll specify that whether you have to prepare PL and balance sheet, that's conversion. And when they tell you problems like this, just simply find out net profit or find out understatement, overstatement, so that you can do by the statement of affairs method, right? So till then, goodbye, take care.